What puts the funk in Funkenhausen?
I would say the people that work here. There's a lot of weirdos that work here. But as far as like decor goes, it's very sleek and modern, but we've got some like whimsical touches like the cuckoo clocks and just a bunch of like random stuff we got at flea markets. So I think that introduces an element of funk. The biggest thing about what we're trying to bring to the neighborhood and trying to bring to Chicago is just like an approachable place where people can get together. Like it's just welcoming and inclusive, and it's just like a space that people can just like have a good time.
Tell me about the concept.
So Funkenhausen, people like to label us as like a German beer hall, and beer hall, yes, but I kind of hate it when people call us German because it's not really German food. There's German ingredients, there's some German dishes, and like that's what I grew up with eating. So my family is all from there, but I also grew up in the South, in Charleston, so there's a lot of influence from there too.
You're making what you love to make and what you grew up eating.
Exactly.
Okay, so Southern, you grew up in Charleston, South Carolina. Your whole family's German.
Yep.
So what are some of these things that you grew up with that you knew that you had to recreate?
So Spätzle was one of my favorite things my dad used to make. He always made Käsespätzle, which is it's like Swiss mac and cheese essentially. But then we're also doing all kinds of smoked meats. There's also a little German history behind that too. American barbecue was brought over by German settlers who kind of created the culture of smoking and curing meat in like Texas and the Carolinas.
Really?
So there's like a weird little tie-in with that. The neighborhood's really good to us. We got tons of people that live in like a 6-block radius that we see all the time, and that's awesome because that's kind of our core.
So you grew up loving Spätzle. Anything else that you loved?
Oh man, the ribs on our menu are the best ribs. So this is just spare ribs that we cure overnight, and they get a special dry rub, and then they get about 8 hours in the smoker. One of my favorite places in Germany is like an old school beer hall. So we kind of wanted to recreate that vibe, which is why we have the long dining room. Kind of, it's not necessarily communal seating, but you have two long looking tables almost.
Right.
So we give people during happy hour $2 coaches until they drop or until they tell us to stop. Either one, whichever one comes first. Would you be interested in another coaster?
Another coach? Another coach. Oh, yay! Thank you for taking a coach for me.
Would you also like one?
Yes. Coach?
Would you like another coach?
Would you like another coach? There you are. One left, just for me. How's that?
I'll give you a high five for that.